project managers, we know that the most valuable resource we have is time. We don't waste it in our projects, and I won't waste it in your training. We're at the final class of our complete six-part course on the essentials you must master to earn your PMP certification in 2026. If you've been with me since class 1, you now understand the ECHO, exam cone and outline, the people domain, process domain, business environment, and the 5 focus areas of project delivery. But the 2026 exam isn't just about traditional project management. It heavily tests your ability to adapt to modern realities. That means Agile fluency, the integration of artificial intelligence, and understanding how the Project Management Office, the PMO, has evolved. I'm keeping this strictly time-boxed to 20 minutes. The diagram shows this baseline reality for the 2026 PMP exam. The days of being just a waterfall PM or just a Scrum Master are over. PMI expects you to be a hybrid practitioner. You must be fluent in predictive processes, deeply understand agile mindsets, and now you must know how to leverage AI to optimize your delivery. The exam will constantly test your judgment on when to use which approach. If requirements are fixed and risk is low, you use predictive. If requirements are volatile and innovation is high, you use Agile. And in almost all cases, you will use a hybrid approach that blends the two. Let's start by demystifying the Agile component. Agile is not a methodology, it is a mindset. This is a set of values and principles designed to navigate complex, uncertain environments. On the exam, whenever you see an Agile scenario, you must apply the Agile Manifesto values shown here. First, individuals and interactions over processes and tools. The team solves the problem, not the software. Second, working software or working products over comprehensive documentation. Value is measured by what actually works. Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. We partner with the business. We don't fight them over scope. And fourth, responding to change over following a plan. When you get a situational question on the exam, the correct answer is almost always the one that aligns with these 4 values. Choose adaptation over rigidity. While Agile is the mindset, Scrum is the most common framework used to execute it, and it's heavily tested. You must memorize the 3-3-5 structure here. There are only 3 roles: product owner, who owns the what and the business value; the Scrum Master, who owns the how and removes blockers; and the developers, who actually build the product. There are 3 artifacts: the product backlog, sprint backlog, and the increment. And there are 5 events: sprint itself, sprint planning, daily scrum, sprint review for product feedback, and the sprint retrospective for process improvement. Do not confuse the roles on the exam. A Scrum Master does not assign tasks, and the product owner does not estimate the work. Now notice the fundamental difference in how we plan, as shown here. In a predictive environment, the scope is fixed early. We define exactly what we are going to build and when, and then we estimate the time and cost required to build it. If we need to change the scope, we go through a formal change control board. In an Agile environment, the paradigm is inverted. Time and cost are fixed. We work in fixed-length sprints with a fixed team size. What varies is the scope. We pull items from the product backlog based on priority, and we only complete what fits within that time box. If the exam asks how to handle a change in Agile, the answer is to add it to the product backlog and let the product owner prioritize it for a future sprint. No change control board is required. Now let's look at the newest component of the exam, AI. PMI does not expect you to be a machine learning engineer, but they do expect you to understand how AI is transforming project management. On the exam, treat AI as an advanced tool for data analysis and automation. AI is used to analyze massive amounts of work performance data to predict schedule variances. It is used to run complex Monte Carlo simulations for risk management. It is used to automate routine administrative tasks so the PM can focus on strategic alignment and servant leadership. The critical rule here is human oversight. AI provides data and predictions, but the project manager retains accountability for the decisions. You do not blindly follow an algorithm. You need to understand the difference between the two main types of AI tested on the exam. Look at the breakdown. Gen AI is used for content creation. You might use it to draft a stakeholder communication plan, generate meeting summaries, or create initial risk registers based on historical project data. Predictive AI is used for forecasting. It analyzes past project performance to predict future outcomes. It will tell you the probability of a schedule overrun or identify patterns in quality defects. If an exam question asks you how to handle a massive data set of past project metrics to estimate a new project, the answer involves predictive AI, not Gen AI. Let's shift to organizational structure. The Project Management Office, the PMO, has evolved significantly, and the exam reflects this. Historically, PMOs were seen as gatekeepers. They enforced compliance, mandated templates, and focused heavily on audits. The modern PMO, often called a Value Delivery Office or an Agile Center of Excellence, is a strategic partner. As you see, their primary role is to enable the delivery of business value. They provide coaching, facilitate training, and help tailor methodologies to fit specific project needs. If you see an exam question about PMO in an agile or hybrid environment, look for the answers where the PMO is acting in a supportive, mentoring, or consultative capacity rather than a controlling one. You still need to know the three formal types of PMOs as they frequently appear in situational questions. The supportive PMO, they provide templates, best practice, and training. Their degree of control is low. They act as a consultative repository. Controlling PMO, they provide support but also require compliance. They might mandate specific methodologies or regular audits. Their degree of control is moderate. The directive PMO, they actually take control of the projects. Project managers report directly to this PMO, and the PMO is accountable for the results. Their degree of control is high. Read the exam scenarios carefully to determine which type of PMO you are dealing with before answering. Bringing this all together, we arrive at the concept of tailoring. Tailoring is the deliberate adaptation of the project management approach, governance, and processes to make them more suitable for the given environment and the work at hand. You do not use every process or every project. As a modern PM, you must assess the project size, complexity, risk profile, and team experience. If it's a small, low-risk project, you tailor the process down to be lean and fast. If it's a massive, highly regulated infrastructure project, you tailor the process up to include rigorous controls and audits. On the exam, rigid adherence to a process just because it's in the methodology is usually the wrong answer. Tailoring to deliver value is the right answer. As we wrap up this entire course, I want to give you the 5 golden rules for the exam. If you apply these to every situational question, you will dramatically increase your score. Always assess before you act. Never take action without analyzing the impact first. The PM is a servant leader. You remove blockers. You do not micromanage. Face problems directly. Do not escalate to the sponsor immediately and do not avoid the conflict. Embrace change in Agile. Control change in predictive. Value is the ultimate metric. Delivering the scope means nothing if it doesn't deliver business value. Take a screenshot of this slide. This is your exam compass. Finally, let's talk about execution. On exam day, you have 230 minutes to answer 180 questions. This is roughly 1 minute and 16 seconds per question. The exam is divided into 3 blocks of 60 questions with 2 10-minute breaks. You must manage your time aggressively. Do not spend 4 minutes on a single question. If you don't know the answer, eliminate 2 options. Make your best guess. Flag it for review and move on. Take your breaks. Walk away from the screen. Clear your head and reset. Fatigue is your biggest enemy in the final 60 questions. Treat the exam like a marathon, not a sprint. Let's review our baseline. Over these 6 modules, we have covered the entire landscape of the 2026 PMP exam content outline. You understand that the exam is 50% predictive and 50% agile. You know the 3 domains: people, process, and business environment. You know the 5 focus areas: initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, controlling, and closing. And you understand the modern realities of Agile, AI, and the evolving PMO. You have the foundation. The blueprint is clear. Now it's about execution and practice. We have reached the end of the PMP Essentials framework. Your immediate action item is to test your knowledge. In the description below, I have linked a full-length scenario-based mock exam that perfectly aligns with the 2026 cycle and everything we've discussed in this course. If you found the 6-part course valuable, subscribe to the channel. I will be posting weekly deep dives into specific exam questions and advanced PM strategies. Thank you for your time, your discipline, and your focus. Now go earn your certification. Protect your time, execute like a professional PM. I'll see you in the next video.